What's up, family? How are we doing tonight? Okay. Beautiful Tuesday, beautiful Tuesday, beautiful Tuesday, beautiful Tuesday. It is Tuesday with Tamoa, and I'm glad I made it. I'm glad we made it. You're here with me. And, to be honest, I actually took a nap today and like a late nap. Like I just woke up not too long ago. And sometimes, your energy, it takes a lot to pull your energy. I've been feeling myself being like tired lately, but I also noticed the shifting of the weather and a whole lot of other shifts that are going on in the environment and energy and frequency and all of those things. But I'm constantly, as I talk about, going through, call it like an evolution door. It swings, it's like a revolving door. It does all of these things because it takes a lot to become your higher self. And I know people talk about all the time higher self, higher self, higher self. What does that even mean? So when I think about becoming my higher self, it's the most authentic version of myself. It's it's that person that has the most alignment into who it is that I am becoming. It is how I see myself at the most successful state. And when I talk about successful state, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about successful state internally with who I am, with what I bring to the table, with how I love myself, with how I love others, how I love my family, so on, so on, and so on. And the biggest thing is, people ask me a lot about, like, when it comes to financial therapy and financial abundance, and how we don't understand the tie with that, even when it comes to being successful and doing the things that you want to do, how much it all starts internally. Because, just common sense, you may think, or in a logical sense, rather, not common sense, in a logical sense, you may think, well, if I'm getting money or I'm making money, I'm collecting money, what does that have to do with me internally? The thing is, it has everything to do with us internally. The way that we love ourselves is the way that we show up to basically manifest our financial abundance. And I'm not saying that there are people in the world that are, maybe not the best ethically, or their integrity, or even maybe the way that they treat other people. They may have millions or billions of dollars. How how are they able to get this money? I can't answer that question. But what I do know is people that truly have integrity, that truly know that they have a mission, that they have a purpose, that they have gifts that they need to align with other people, and a part of their mission is making sure they give back and serve their purpose and enlighten and help heal other people. That is completely connected to who you are as a person. That is completely connected to your financial abundance and what you give out into the world, your frequency, your energy, how you act, how you speak, the way that you think, your thoughts, your perception of things. And this year, what I realize is, on this evolution to becoming my higher self, and a lot of the people that are around me and the community that I'm in, and how I see everybody working to become this successful person, sometimes it gets very difficult because you have to make decisions that you don't necessarily want to. And the reason why you don't want to, or at least I can speak for myself, is that it takes you out of a specific comfort zone. Whether that's your relationships, whether that's the habits that we have, the behaviors that we have, I have to cut the ties on those. What am I spending my time on? Is that getting me closer to where I want to be? What am I feeding my mind? Staying on the phone and gossiping about things and all these things that don't really matter in life, or aligning yourself with people that aren't going anywhere. Like, our environment is so important. And When I say not going anywhere, I'm not belittling anyone. What I'm saying is going anywhere in terms of wanting to become a better individual, all in all. This is not just about money. This is about your perception of who it is that you see yourself becoming. This is about you understanding that this is not about ego. This is not about being on social media, because I think a lot of times we get so caught up in all the things that we see, and it's just like you're thinking that you have to be those people or this person or that person. Yes, I'm on social media. I post pictures, I post videos, I do all of these things. Yes, but I know that success doesn't have a timeline, a particular timeline for you. It takes a while. This whole evolution of self, this whole who am I becoming, this whole higher self evolution, it is individualized to yourself. It is not easy because we get stuck in so many of the previous versions of who we are. Those versions of ourselves are versions that are still inside of us. Those are versions that got us to where we needed to be. Those are versions that may have been in trauma, or the children version, the 6-year-old self, the 10-year-old self, all of the things that you've been through. But those versions are the versions that have to heal. And those are the versions that you cannot take with you on this evolution, in terms of having those versions make decisions for you that stay caught up in the fear, that stay caught up in the anxiety, that stay caught up in the depression. I am not by any means telling anybody that becoming the higher version of yourself is easy, because you have to really look at yourself in the mirror and evaluate every single thing in your life. And it takes accountability. And accountability is one of the hardest things that we can do for ourselves. It's easy for us to tell other people what to do, or, to help other people when they don't feel good, or when they're going through something, or when they don't make the best decisions. But it's very, very hard to stay accountable to ourselves, because it's almost like sometimes you need someone to tell you when you're not doing what it is you're supposed to do. But when it's you having to tell you, it presents a whole different level of accountability. So I say all of this to say, I know that I'm not the only one on this journey. I know that there are so many people on this journey to really discovering who they are, their higher self, their purpose, wanting to be successful financially, physically, mentally, and relationships, and all of those things. It takes an amount of willingness to really observe who you are in the mirror. It takes a willingness to find forgiveness to the pain of the past, or people that may have wronged you, or things that may have happened to you, all of the things and the weight that you've been carrying all this time in your life. It takes a level of accountability. Right now, there is so much going on in this world, and it is so easy for us to get distracted. There are so many of us that are in pain, that are carrying hurt, that are carrying shame, when it comes to the past, when it comes to the things that have happened to us. But I want to encourage you. I really want to encourage you to look at those things as gifts. I know that it was extremely hurtful, extremely painful, the things that you've had to go through, the things that you've had to overcome. But guess what? You're still here. So there is a reason why you're still here. Start writing these things down. Start journaling. I know people think, oh, journaling is so cliche, but when I say journal, I call it a brain dump. You're just dumping everything that goes on in your head, like all of the negative thoughts, all of the things that you have felt like have had you stuck over the years, or things that you have carried in your decision making, your relationships, and your relationship with money, and your decisions about your career, your job, well, all of those things that you felt were a quote unquote negative in your life. Write them down, and I want you to replace them with some positive thoughts, with positive perceptions about yourself, about the things that you want to do in the future, the things that you want to do right now in the present that you just have told yourself that you can't do, that really you can do. You just have not had the willingness to look at yourself in the mirror and take the risk and become the powerful and the greatest person that you're supposed to be, the greatest version of yourself. I have been through so many evolutions and so many chapters in my life that, people don't know your story until you tell it. I have been through, just even as a child, trauma, right? Things that have happened to me, losing everything in terms of financial abundance as a kid, and then growing up and being hurt over and over again by relationships and pain and things, and then having children. Like, I could name 1,000 different things and painful experiences and all these things that have happened to me. But at the end of the day, life is about more than just all the painful experiences. And I truly believe that the things that we are tested to go through, that is your individual test that God has blessed you with or gifted you with. It doesn't always seem like a gift. Trust me, I understand. It is not easy. But God knows that you're going to get on the other side. God knows that you always get on the other side. We have to be tested to find our greatness, because once we find that greatness, we look back and we're like, I cannot believe I made it. I did this. Like, I really did this. I really believed in myself enough to know that I could get through anything that has been holding me down. These messages that I give to the people that it really resonates with, I hope that, you understand what I'm saying. I know for me, because I know what it feels like to be stuck. I know what it feels like to wonder, what's on the other side of the things that I know that I want to do to, to better my life, to have a different situation for myself. It's like I can see it, I can almost feel it, but I just don't know how to get there. We don't always know the hows, but if you can just put one foot in front of the other to become your higher self, to become your best self, to become that version of yourself. Maybe it's taking a step further to go to school. Maybe, you're supposed to have some higher education because there's some type of career that's calling you, but you need to step into that. Maybe that's taking a step out. You want a better, a relationship with somebody. You have to step out and do those things. You have to be seen. You have to have a willingness to actually step out of your shell and where you are to get the things that you want. Because I truly believe that if we just take one step, God will take a million more and push us in the direction that we need to go. So I just want to encourage everybody to just do one thing, one move. You're just one move away from making one step that could totally change your life. But you have to have willingness to look at yourself in the mirror and be accountable to the things that you need to, so that you can find healing through it. Financial abundance, your financial prosperity, your leveling up financially has every single thing to do with who you are inside, how you love yourself, how you treat yourself, the worthiness that you have for yourself, because those things will allow you to step out to create that life that you want to live financially, to create that financial abundance, to make better decisions, to make better decisions about your environment and the people that you connect with, because those people will be focused on the same things. Those people will help uplift you. Those people will help give you knowledge and information, and you can share yours. And that's how that works. But if we stay stuck, if we stay small, if we stay in environments that don't serve us, we'll never be able to get to where we want to be. So just remember, you are just one move away, and you can do it. I want to send everybody a huge amount of love and light and healing. Forgive yourself, love yourself, be accountable to yourself. And remember, you are your greatest value. You are your greatest asset. Take care.